Get ready for some crazy talk with your host Sean McCully, the Crazy Hunter, on www.podcastdfw.com. Warning, crazy talk is not for the faint of heart or the politically correct. It's where you can hear anything and nothing's taboo. Now here's the Crazy Hunter, Sean McCully.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sean McCully, and I'd like to welcome you to Crazy Talk. Why am I crazy? My mom wanted to know. My dad wants to know. I don't know. People always call me crazy, and I kind of thought it was a compliment. So I have concocted with my good friend Lori Poloni this podcast, Crazy Talk. My fighting nickname was The Crazy Hunter, and this show is definitely going to be crazy. And today, I've brought in one of my good friends. We've been friends for 20, 25 years, something along those lines. Jason New. Jason, welcome.
Thank you for having me, Sean McCully.
Right on, brother. Jason is the inventor, founder of the company Versatraction. It's a waxless surfboard
application.
Yeah, application. Tell me about the product. I know all about the product. I want all the listeners to know about the product.
Yeah, like in 2007, me and a guy came up with an idea to make a board that doesn't have wax on it, and then we turned it into a peel and stick application out of a polymer. And then we started sticking it on boards, and we got Sonny Garcia, a famous Hawaiian surfer. He started riding it.
One of my favorite all-timers.
Yeah, we love Sonny. And then I turned it. I needed to make some money because we weren't making any money, so we turned it into a bath mat, a graphical bath mat, and started selling it to like Home Depot and Walmart and Wayfair, and just got our U.S. patent.
That's right. You've kind of found all kinds of like
different applications, and now we're in the flowboarding industry. You know, all the world champs,
Yeah.
Greg Lazarus and Silverman, and all these world champions ride it, and it's like we were in Thailand.
Right. When
remember?
we were in Thailand a couple of years ago,
they were selling the boards with our stuff on it,
and they had your stickers on it.
It was crazy, and then they interviewed me. Remember?
Next thing you know,
we were drinking beers like this.
Next thing you know, we got VIP treatment because they were all rocking your product. That was hot.
That was not expected.
That was a lot of fun, and you know, this is funny because Crazy Talk is basically my talk show with cool people, where I make you come in and have a couple beers with me.
Hey, can I have a beer, Sean?
Absolutely. There you go. Corona
Thank
Extra,
you.
my man. So, you know,
Cheers,
my mate. Cheers, buddy. We have a couple drinks to loosen the lips, and then we get to going. You know, also, Jay, let's talk about Carve. Carve is a lifestyle brand, and you know, not unlike a Ruka or a Volcom, but you guys also have sell polarized sunglasses for under $50, and they're really cool sunglasses. I've rocked them all over the world. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. We appreciate that, Sean.
You're very. That's awesome, man. It's another awesome product. You've been with Carve for like a year now.
No, actually, I took over the license in South America, North America, United States in 2012. It's been around here for 1998, but the guys just couldn't get it flowing in the United States. So I came in and I got the superstars, Sonny Garcia, Clay Marzo to come on the team, and we, now the brand's blowing up, and we're all over. We're running it with it.
Absolutely. I mean,
but we're still like a street brand. We're not like mainstream yet. We're trying to get mainstream like Ruka and Volcom, but it takes time.
Well, absolutely. But the cool thing is it's gonna happen for you guys because you do have a really cool product.
We do.
I dig the sunglasses.
And the name.
I dig the names.
Everybody wants to carve.
My favorite. Everybody wants to carve.
Come on, man.
I carve, you carve.
We all carve.
We'll rip in snow.
Carve it up.
Rip it. There it is, bro. But some of the coolest thing about your product, bro, is the names. For instance, Sonny Garcia model. Death and taxes.
Death and taxes.
Sick. You know what? I'm going to leave that as a subject for when I have Sonny Garcia on as a guest.
Yeah, we'll get him on here
the
next
Death
week.
Death and Taxes program. But, like I was saying, Carve. Let's get back to Carve before I go off on a tangent.
Yeah.
I get hit in the head a lot, and
Oh, yeah.
so
You've hit me in the head.
yeah. Well, you deserved it.
I saw stars for 3 days. No,
actually-
3 weeks.
actually, you-
he didn't even hit me. He slapped me in the head.
You actually
Deserved it.
No. At that time, you paid for it. That was a private lesson, I believe.
That's right.
You know, and other than that, I actually never hit you out of anger. but me and Jason, and in my wilder younger days, I don't know how to say this. I guess I and when I look,
1993.
was it? No, I think I'm
95.
6, I believe.
6, okay, you're better than
I think it's 6, yeah.
Long time ago.
You know, it was 1996, and what happened? Okay.
United Studios was a big franchise, 140 schools.
That's right. Okay, so what happened was you guys had a United Studios dojo
Yeah.
down the street from one of my gyms. That gym in particular was a Extreme University location.
Yes.
It was one of my side projects that I did years ago. It was a cool gym. It was like one of the first real MMA gyms. And you guys, while I was making a good deal of money teaching cardio kickboxing my style, all of a sudden we're making really good money. We got crowds in our gym, and the United Studios down the street, I think they were hearing crickets. And they set out a sign on the street, you know, maybe 200-300 yards away from my business that says cardio kickboxing. So, being 25, how old was I? I was 24, 25 years old, running a business. I decided to go down to that particular United Studios franchise. That one wasn't yours, was it?
Yeah, that was another guy. I was over in the Nellie Gale, like maybe 2 miles away. We had him on every corner. We were every 3 miles.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, God bless you guys for doing it. It was a good business model, and the company kicked ass. Even though your guys don't kick ass, but that wasn't.
I kicked ass.
You know, for Karate Man, Jay, you're a bad man. You know, it's like Eddie Murphy said, he's a Karate Man.
I love that.
So, the Karate Man.
my nickname.
But you know what, dude, you still have a 6 spinning back fist, and you know, I'm not gonna lie about it, and this is crazy talk. So, I have been in bar fights with you where you performed like a stud, Karate Man style, back fisting guy over a pool table, if I remember correctly. But
Was that in Thailand?
that's I digress. That wasn't Thailand. That wasn't Thailand. Hey, Jägermeister shot.
Oh!
Every time we say Thailand, we have to have Jägermeister shot.
Yeah, every time.
Oh, so.
I don't do the whole shot.
Oh, dude, that is not even gonna go.
I told you, man, I don't drink hard alcohol anymore. Man, I quit.
That's, dude. It was a shot. I didn't even fill it all the way to the
Oh
top
my
because that looks like an 8-ounce shot glass. But
If I do Jägermeister,
that was the plan, man. I'm trying to
the
lose
tiger will be let out of the cage.
Dude, keep the tiger behind your zipper.
Keep the tiger behind the bamboo.
Okay.
Okay, so
So anyway, well, like I said, tangents on Crazy
my
Talk.
God.
We're all over the place. Anyway, I rolled into that United Studios school, and with my brother Justin, who is gorilla himself, and you know, I said we're going down there, and I'm gonna tell those fucking guys that they can't teach kickboxing in my town. So literally, that's what I did. I went down and knocked on the door. I'm like, hey, who's the kickboxer? Who's teaching
my God.
kickboxing? I'm just curious because I was under the impression that Kempo
Yes.
was your martial art
Absolutely.
of choice. And
Shaolin Xuan Fa.
Schwan fought up Karate Man. And I'm not ever dissing any styles. I love all styles of martial arts. I'm not ever going to discredit any style of martial arts because they all work and all valid for any given reason. I believe the commercialization of martial arts and things like, say, the black belt course, for instance.
The black belt program card.
See, now at any given mini mall with any given kind of martial arts school, it's like you're gonna walk in, and whether your child or you can walk and chew gum at the same time or not, if you pay us, I don't know, $1,200 to
Yes.
a couple of $1,000, you're in the black belt club. and you're going to get your black belt in 12 months to 2 years. And that to me is not only fucking ridiculous, but
I do have to interject one thing. The Taekwondo schools they were giving 8-year-old kids black belts. We had a rule, you had to be 15, and it took 5 years. So, but we sold cards,
Whoa. Hey.
$6,000, you get $6,000 to get a black belt card.
Well, okay. Well, that's now you know how much it costs to get a black belt in Kempo. But I like it.
That was awesome.
I like it. In what most people don't know, what most people don't know about martial arts is when karate, judo, jiu-jitsu, those things started out, people got a black belt because they started tying their kimono with a white belt, and they trained until their belt changed colors. That was
money. That's the only way you could keep them.
Yes.
If you didn't give them a belt, how are you going to keep them? People just,
It's and it makes sense,
Yeah.
and I'm not dissing it.
No, I know you're not.
Everybody, including the guys who were the last bastion of martial arts, in my opinion, were the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guys. And as of recently, and I'm not going to name names because I don't want to get into a fight with anybody with cauliflower ear, but they do the same thing. If you go into some of these major chain jiu-jitsu places, you're going to buy a black belt in jiu-jitsu. It's not like it was when, you started with Helson or I started with Alan Goes. That's 20 years ago, which doesn't feel like a long time to me, but actually over 20 years is 21, 22 years.
We were a lot skinnier then.
Speak for yourself. I'm in excellent shape. You hear that? You hear that? That's me touching my washboard stomach right now as we speak. I went from abs to an ab. So at any rate, hey, nobody's supposed to do that. That's called a wrong thing to have your iPhone ring during the middle of my interview.
This is the Regal Movie Theater. Please turn off your phone.
The really messed up thing about it was my phone. So anyway, I think we're gonna just have to segue into a break right now, and I don't even think we even got through.
No, we got to get to the meat of the story of how we met.
Okay,
because this is how me and Sean met. This whole story is he went into John.
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And then we'll talk about.
I'm having a fucking nicotine fit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna go out, and I'm athlete all the way, and I all my clients, I smoke and drink, and I say, do as I say, not as I do. So.
And that's to our kids too.
Yeah, that's absolutely to our kids. And when you're old enough to listen to this show, we'll have a conversation about it. At any rate, we're taking a break.
You've been listening to Crazy Talk with your host, Sean McCully, the Crazy Hunter. We'll be right back.
Is your bathtub too slick? Worried you'll slip? You need to get Kahuna Grip, the sure-footed solution that makes any tub safer. Kahuna Grip is more than a bath mat. It's a revolutionary adhesive surface that guarantees perfect grip, so you never slip. Just set and forget. Invented to keep surfers' feet locked on wet boards, Kahuna Grip is made from patent-pending hydrohold material, which contains millions of microscopic surface fractures. When wet, these fractures grip feet like tiny suction cups to prevent slipping. So effective, it keeps famed surfer Sonny Garcia from sliding off his surfboard and you from slipping in the tub. The adhesive backing seals on tight, yet peels off easy. No residue. Bath mats grow bacteria and mold, but Kahuna Grip's like a transparent shield that never discolors and repels mold and bacteria. Safe for babies, comfy under feet, great any place that gets wet. So durable, it won't tear, yet thin as your thumbnail.
I love knowing Kahuna Grip is there for me and my family.
Make any tub or shower safer.
Now back to Crazy Talk with Sean McCully, the Crazy Hunter.
Welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Sean McCully, the Crazy Hunter, and I'm here with my buddy Jason New. And New, what is up with you, buddy? I'm on shot of Jaeger number 3, and every time we toast, you at least show me the courtesy of drinking, but you have a half-full shot glass there.
It's my New Year's resolution, man. I got to cut back on the hard stuff.
It's Jägermeister. Isn't that like glorified beer? I guess that is hard alcohol.
Yeah.
It's hard alcohol, but isn't it beer anyway? It's like super dark beer.
I think it's a German concoction that.
What the fuck is Jägermeister?
It's from Germany, I think, and it makes you black out.
Really? So that's what you give most of your dates. Wow. All right. Sorry about that. But anyway, okay. So anyway, Schlanch. Cheers. Finish your shot, my semi-intelligent.
If I have to run to the
soldier.
restroom, I will.
Okay, knock yourself out. All right, done. Okay, we loose lips sink ships, but booze loosens your lips for a radio show. So,
I was chilled perfectly. Thank you.
I guess. Wait, where did we leave off? Oh
yeah, United Studios.
United Studios, and me being a young, dumb, full of cum, cockstrong kind of kid. So I came in and told those guys, hey, who's your toughest guy? Who's the kickboxer? If you guys are going to leave a kickboxing sign up, I want to fight your kickboxer. So at that point, the black belt, our instructor of Mini Mall Karate, United Studios, was not willing to fight, and in fact, I really think I saw a wet spot developing in the front of his pants. Of course, I walked in with my brother, who, like I said, he's he's like a silverback gorilla. The guy's a scary kid in his own right. He's 6'2" with cauliflower ear. We came in to kick somebody's ass, and they knew it, so they declined our offer to have a kickboxing match with them for kickboxing rights in Orange County. So that actually got to Jay, who was one of the tough guys in the school. So they came to you and were like, will you fight him? Kind of thing.
I'm like, hey, I appreciate that compliment. Well, what happened was actually Sean ended up not just going to that school. He went and bounced around the Orange County community. He ended up at my school. I'll never forget. This is the first time I ever met Sean. Like at 9 o'clock at night, me and my guys, I had my best students. We just had gotten a sparring, and we're all dripping sweat and ready to close up. And Sean walks in with his brother, and I knew it was Sean because he was like one of my heroes. I like envied him because I knew he went to Thailand and won titles, and I was like, man, this guy's the real deal. And Pete was one of my friends.
You went ahead and went as a big dick and came in, and that's funny, man. It's funny when you look back and you think, God.
But Sean came in and said, hey, man, who's the kickboxer here? And I walked up to him, and I was like, oh, my God, he's at my school now. And I go, I'm going to get my ass kicked. And I looked at my students, and my students were like, because this is back in the day when people actually walked into martial arts schools like the Gracie Academies and would challenge people, and people would fight in the schools. That's how it was. It happened all the time.
It happened at LA Boxing.
And so Sean, I'll never forget, Sean's like, who's the kickboxer here? And I said, I'm the instructor. And why do you have cardio kickboxing on? And And I said, hey, man, the corporate told us to do it, And then I got out of it. I sneaked out of it because I said, hey, man, I've been training with Mr. H,
Bill Holland.
Bill Holland. God rest his soul, he died.
Yeah, God bless him.
And he was a number one ranked kickboxer back in the day, and he trained me for probably 6 years. And so I was not a kickboxer, but I knew, I was training.
Yeah.
And I told him that, and Sean goes, I'm going to give you a pass. And I went, thank you, man. He goes, I'm not gonna, and he goes, but take that shit off your wall, You
know what, though, man? The funny thing about it is you were too cool to get into a fight with at that point. So, I was just the bad guy at that point. But, we thought back in the day, it's like you said, even before, our generation, a lot of karate schools would literally get in fights over their territories. It was a regular thing. I mean,
it was heavy.
You guys got in fights all the time,
all over the nation.
Yeah.
They would go in. There's a movie written about it. Richard Donner bought the script from one of my friends who wrote the movie, and it was called Dojo Wars, and it never got produced. They've shelved it, but it was a crazy movie about how people would go in and go across the street and say, close down your school.
Yeah, no.
And if you don't close down your school, we're gonna
close it down for you.
Yeah.
I mean, even
This
like
is real shit.
No, it really happened. I mean, I remember when I went into New Mexico to do one of our first, I think actually our first LA boxing franchise. Mike Winklejohn was there, and Greg Jackson was there, and luckily enough, I was friends with those guys, or not so much friends, friendly acquaintances, and I had actually fought on Mike Winklejohn's undercards. He was like 8-time world champion, and as it stands now, Mike Winklejohn and Greg Jackson are some of the best trainers in mixed martial arts, but it got a little heavy when we first put our gym down there, our first franchise down there. It was like, man, who are you guys and why are you coming to our town? And I had heard stories earlier on about, exactly what, Justin and I did. People went into each other's schools in New Mexico, particularly, I believe, I don't know if this is fact, fiction, or just legend. One karate school firebombed another karate school at one point. And I mean,
windows getting broken, bleached inside the thing. I mean, I had 2 schools.
These are things that happened in Southern California. And
Kitty corner to me, within 200 yards, there was a Taekwondo school and another Kempo school. And I'm not going to get into it because it
names, faces, anything else.
Yeah,
So
I ended up buying out their students, and those guys had to go back to Boston and go back to wherever they had to go. And the guy was the world Taekwondo champion. He walked in, and the other guy was a 6th degree. And my company was like forcing me, and I was like, but I prevailed.
So did you scrap with the guy for the territory, or did you just tell him it was time to go?
I said,
okay, we're
basically, legal purposes, I don't want to get, because it was in court.
I love it. So basically, what's happening right now is we're changing the names and the situations to protect the guilty.
Left.
That's
true.
That's how it went.
I was the only school left.
That's how it went back then. Yeah. I mean, like,
in that neighborhood.
That was literally what I grew up on. Like, it was. And
the guy said, "Hey, I'm a 6th degree black belt," and I said,
I'll wipe my ass with your 6th degree black belt. It's just, let's get.
I just won a world champion karate championship, which doesn't mean shit. But I was like, "Hey, how many trophies you got?"
Bullshit. I don't care what title you won. If you're a world champion, you got to be a world champion. You're the champ forever. I don't care if it's a city wrestling meet, a Taekwondo world championship, Kempo, whatever, man. You won a world title. That makes you a world champion. That's an achievement. And I don't care martial arts wise. Like, I started out doing point fighting. I did point fighting. I moved on to boxing, then kickboxing, then Muay Thai, then MMA, and boxing, and back to MMA and kickboxing.
There's nothing. Hey, anybody who, you don't realize, if you have never been to Thailand and trained in Thailand, you need to go. I mean, Luke Rockhold, we hung out with Luke.
Yeah, look, that was so fun.
I mean, Luke was in Thailand, and he'd never been there.
But listen, I'm gonna give AKA a plug.
I know.
I mean, Mike Swick.
Oh, he's the coolest.
AKA Gym, Thailand.
Hey, he's wearing Hurricane. He loved the Carve Hurricane.
Yeah, he was wearing the Hurricanes, the Carve Hurricanes. Anyway, Mike Swick.
What a guy. Good guy.
Oh shit! I don't know what tough show he was on. He might have been on the same one as Bisbing.
He was in the early days.
I think it was either
maybe
2 or 3. I don't know. But anyway, Mike Swick is a really good guy, really tough fighter. MMA standout fighter, good businessman, and the guy was like a fucking Delta Force, gnarly guy
for America, man.
Yeah, the guy's
protecting us.
The guy's a soldier, a businessman, and an MMA fighter, and you know what? He's humble. He's kind of handsome if you like that type. I don't think he has any problem getting laid either. But anyway, we went to his school, trained at like probably what I would call one of the coolest gyms I've ever seen. What do you think, Jay?
I would say it's the most awesome gym I've ever seen, in the jungle.
Dude, it was in the hills.
They have a hotel like up on the hill. It was literally in the jungle. It was clean, spectacular. It was huge. It was gigantic.
They had outdoor. They had the 2 rings. They had the indoor wrestling.
And then
room.
they had a group. And then they had the
They
MMA,
weren't even done when we were there.
They were just still building out that. They were building out a health center with juice bar.
Yeah, they had a juice bar, gym. I mean,
they had millions into this thing. Millions.
Mike, next time I see you, you're gonna have to pay me for this plug. But honestly, you don't have to. This is like I seriously geeked out because I'm a martial arts geek. Whenever I see a cool gym, I see something cool in martial arts. I see something cool done in martial arts, whether it's MMA, Thai boxing, or wushu. I don't care. I dig it. I'm literally a martial arts.
My 2 favorite gyms my favorite gym in the world was the original Costa Mesa Sean McCully LA Boxing. Come on, let's be real.
Thank you very much.
That was the.
Thank you, sir.
That was like the real deal. But then Ruka. Sean turned me on to Ruka. Was my gym, and then
that's like
I was so lucky I got to train there. But then when I went to Thailand, I mean, about size and extravagance. Oh my God!
No, but it was really fun. Anyway, one of the things that I always liked about
pulling up in scooters.
Yeah, that was the cool thing, man.
You had 30 scooters out in front, no cars, just scooters.
That was the coolest thing, man. The place is awesome.
Yeah.
It's beautiful surroundings. It's a beautiful place to train. It was something else. Mike Swick really put together a nice spot, man. And if you get a chance, or you're an MMA enthusiast, up and coming fighter, trainer, go spend a little money. Go to Thailand. Train in Thailand. It was the best thing I personally ever did for myself. I came back, people saw me kick, and they got scared.
It was awesome. I saw Sean hit the bag over there. It was like everybody stopped.
Thank you. They're like, wait.
And we have one of the best photographers in the world. I got to give a plug to Raggets, Jeff Raggets. He's a famous surf photographer.
Raggets was cool.
Oh, yeah. And he did Andy Irons, everybody. He's famous, and he took pictures, but he's got a picture of Sean hitting the bag. And it's like this. It's got a blur in it, and it's one of the greatest shots. And we're gonna put it up on our website next month. We're just redoing the website. It's pretty cool.
Well, thanks, man. You gotta send me those shots.
I am. I haven't.
That was almost. I like anything where my old bald ass still looks good. But it was, dude. On the real, that I've been to Thailand. I don't know how many stamps I have on my 3 passports that I've gone through since I started going to Thailand. But
I need another beer producer.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, now he's catching up. I knew what was going to happen. All right, not only do you need another beer, you need another shot of Jaeger, because the conversation gets better if you drink Jaeger.
Are we gonna take Uber?
Okay.
Uber X or Uber XL?
I would go Uber XL because
it's cheaper.
They come with the cooler.
Oh no, we could get it for free because they're so slow right now. They send the limo for $8. We got a Nissan. It was killer,
dude.
We only paid $16 to travel. What was it? It was amazing. I suggest everybody in the world use Uber.
Use Uber. It's better than cabs, and you avoid any risk of prosecution because your ass is drinking.
And the
smoking weed or eating pills.
In every country.
Have a sober driver.
You don't have to download another app. I was in. I'm not going to say what countries.
So we love Uber.
Yeah, we all love Uber.
Okay, Uber's not plugging us or giving us a commercial. So
Uber,
Uber's cool, but fuck off Uber. We're busy. Story of how we met. It gets better. Tell them. Okay, wait.
Okay,
so anyway, I'm in your school. I'm threatening you. I'm threatening that guy. And then
they have a meeting. They call a meeting, right? And we were the largest. I'm not we. I was whatever.
It was one of the largest martial arts franchises in the world.
Yeah.
It was actually what I ended up becoming.
Yeah. They were the largest. They had 140 dojos, and so they called a meeting. And at the meeting, they always talk about other things. Insurance. Hey, you got to pay us for this. And all of a sudden they said, we got an issue. Everybody knows about this guy named Sean McCully. He's a world champion kickboxing from Thailand, and he's been coming into the schools and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And I just started laughing. I always sit in the back in the meetings. I was always in the back.
Correction, just to clarify, I did have a world title in kickboxing. That was kickboxing. That wasn't a world Muay Thai title.
Yeah.
That was fought in Thailand.
He fought in Thailand. He was the real deal. Back then, Fighting was like Sean used to fight with no gloves on. They had headbutts. They could smash their heads on each other.
We could kick each other in the pee-pee.
They could do groin shots with no
guys
cups.
got kicked in the dick.
And they had no gloves. And
it was weird.
And the greatest thing about Sean McCully that I love is the way he walks out.
Well, thank you.
You've got to watch the videos, guys. You know, nowadays you see the guys and they're all dancing to rap and, you know, like whatever. You know, they're just like, you know, they're playing their favorite song. You know, Sean just walked out like a bull. You know, well, I love that.
Well, thank you. Like but I was coming out for a reason. I was coming out to kick your ass
like
as
a
quickly
crazy
as possible.
hunter. He was coming out to shoot the moose.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, brother.
And I love that.
Thank you.
know?
Thank you. I'm humbled. That was awesome. So you guys are in a national franchisee meeting. And
the McDonald's of karate.
McDojo. We'll call it McDojo. So McDojo has a meeting about me and
about Sean McCully.
About that I'm an asshole and I'm coming in threatening them to take their cardio kickboxing classes.
They didn't actually call him an asshole.
I didn't do that to 24 hours.
They actually, you know what, I gotta be honest, they actually respected him and they went through all the ranks to see who could like actually kick his ass, you know, because a company like that has got to have somebody who can fight. And they probably realized, I'm not saying, they probably realized, you know,
that you didn't have somebody who could fight me.
I would say at the time, realistically, I was probably the only guy that maybe would have got one punch in. Not even one.
No.
No. I'm just joking. I'm giving myself kudos. At the time, I guarantee you,
you're tough and tricky, dude. You would have landed one of those spinning ridge hand back fist weirdo things you do.
Well, because Pete was one of his best friends, and Pete came up to me, and he was training with United, and he watched me fight one day, and he says, "Jay."
Freeway Pete Cropsey, by the way. Big props out to you, Pops.
Pete came up to me, and he saw my trophy. I had a 6-foot trophy, and everybody was talking about it. You know, it's no big deal. I didn't even care. I cried afterwards because my dad was dying and shit. I didn't even know I won. You know, I was like, fuck. And I was leaving, and they said, "Aren't you going to pick up your trophy?" And I said, "What? I don't want the trophy." You know, whatever. But the long story short,
this is getting emotional. Do you have father issues we need to talk about? Because we have time. We can talk about that too.
My dad was dying at the time. But you know what? The greatest thing is Pete said...
Big shout out to Pops New, man. We're pouring one out for you.
Pete told me, there's... Sean McCully's the best fight. He goes, "Jay, I just want you to train with him. You guys would be like, because you're, you know," and I never knew we'd become friends.
Because you're a crazy fucker, Jay. Yeah. That's why. We're all birds of a feather. We all flock together, you know. That's why when people call me crazy, I go, "Oh, thank you." It's like a compliment.
Yeah.
Like anybody.
Like Crazy Joey Gallo.
Well, Crazy Joey Gallo. But anybody crazy, like say these guys who are doing crazy shit like double backflips on motorcycle.
Oh my God.
I'm like, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's a compliment. It's like when people started saying sick, like cool is sick.
I was saying like, gnarly. Remember we had that discussion last night? Yeah, I tried to explain that.
Everybody's has their slang and their generational
I was talking
slang.
to JD when Bruce and Andy were becoming famous, and I was watching them on the beach.
The Irons Brothers.
Yeah, and JD was teaching
I don't think the audience really knows how OG of a surfer you are, or how entrenched in the industry of surfing you are, and we haven't really touched on that.
We can do that later, but I mean, it's like he's crazy.
He's kind of humble for a cocky guy, honestly. This guy Jay New. And you know, he's kind of handsome if you like that type, ladies. And I've been places with him, and girls seem to dig him. So I'm saying,
appreciate that. Hey, ladies.
No, I'm not.
Hey,
lying.
ladies.
I'm not lying. The guy gets more ass than a
I got
toilet
4
seat.
kids and 4 wives.
Ex-wives.
Well,
ex-wives.
And 1 great girl in Toronto.
He gets more ass than a toilet seat, but you know. Be careful, he hasn't had a vasectomy yet. Or actually, I might have just fucked you because all the pros out there are going to be like, I'm going to have him get me pregnant.
Hey.
Dude, as a matter of fact, he had a vasectomy last year.
Hey, Sean, that tattoo you got on your arm, that is a sick tattoo. No. The dagger.
The dagger.
That is a Sweet tattoo. That's clean lines.
That is my...
Tell me where you got that.
That is...
Don't you have a tattoo shop somewhere?
As a matter of fact, I own a tattoo shop, Dagger Tattoo, in Jaco in Costa Rica.
That is one clean
and
tattoo.
Ratty Matty, Rat,
yeah.
Ratstein, Matt Kelly. He did this tattoo. He is a surf punk to the core, and a nice kid and little brother to me. I love you much, Ratty Matty. Hope you listen to the show. And if you have a chance and you like to get inked up like myself, Ratty Matty is a great tattoo artist.
I can tell you,
there's a free plug, you little fuck.
I can tell you something. I look at clean lines, and that is one of the cleanest line tattoos.
Yeah, well, see,
he's good.
The thing about it is, you and I were guys getting tattoos before tattoos were fashionable, and it's funny.
Right.
Crazy talk. Here's the fucking thing.
That's it.
Crazy talk. Here we go. Kids today. I see kids, and they get the craziest fucking tattoos that they don't have any idea what they mean.
They have forests on their back. They do
named,
trees on their back.
No,
what the hell are they doing?
Well, here, I'll give you another one that's kind of a change in what you're going with this. But I got a Jewish...
Oh, those were the strippers.
I got a Jewish kid who is... And in no way am I anti-Semitical at all, guys.
I love Jews.
Here's the whole... Well,
They make my television commercials.
well, anyway, he is jamming. But anyway, the thing that was funny to me is I know this kid Epstein. His name is Epstein. Now, I'm not going to give you his first name because I don't want to throw you totally under the bus. But when you listen to this, I am breaking your balls on the podcast or what could be radio. Here's what I'm telling you. The guy has what do you call it? Iron Cross.
What's an Iron Cross?
An Iron Cross is a symbol of the Third Reich. I believe in, and I'm sort of a history buff, but not as much as some guys. It is actually an SS tattoo.
Was he a shot caller in San
No,
Quentin?
well, see, that's the funny thing. He wasn't a shot caller in San Quentin, and he's also the same guy who had sparrows flying above his barbed wire. I'm like, bro, you are a rich little Jewish kid from Newport Beach, and you have prison tattoos on you, dude. You don't go to the tattoo parlor and pick what you think is cool or what was on goddamn motorcycles and stuff.
Do you know that you can get your ass kicked for having the wrong tattoo on your body?
That's another story. It's
what I mean?
It's like these hoodlums that get shamrocks on their arms and eventually end up in jail.
Oh my God.
That's going to be a rough ride for you, my friend.
You know what?
Crazy talk, ladies and gentlemen. Crazy talk.
I went to a South American company, and my favorite number on roulette is 13. I had a 13 tattoo here. And I didn't know.
You're a Southsider, S.A. What are you
No,
doing?
I'm not.
What are you doing, S.A.?
And I almost got my ass beat, right, in 2 countries. So I went over to HB Tattoo, Bebo. I'm going to give you some credit. So he put I said, I need a cover up. And he goes, what do you want?
Oh, that's that Black Panther?
Yeah.
Oh, that's sick.
He
That's a
hand
nice
drew
piece.
it. It looks like McGregor's. I think it's the same because he's got his tag.
Dude, don't stop fagging out on McGregor.
Okay, whatever. I love McGregor.
Okay, I love
But
McGregor
that's
too.
a cover up. You know why? I got 2 fights, bro. One in Canada and one in.
Over having a 13 lucky. 13
I had
year?
to, dude. I got blood on my shoes.
They thought you were Hispanic. I don't understand.
No, they gave me shit, said I can't have the tattoo on me.
Oh, because they're Norte.
Yeah.
Very crazy talk with Crazy Hunter.
crazy- yeah,
we're going,
but that's a
we're
different
going, we're
story.
going down a whole weird road that we'll save for later when I have some of my other guests on. Ladies and gentlemen,
This is what
crazy.
Hey, I got to be
talk.
honest with you. I was on the radio 4 times in 2000.
1912.
Yeah, 2000. Somebody asked me to. One of the famous girls who's like in these movies. She's in all the exotic XXX movies, but they're not really on TV. No. This is
It wasn't
legit.
quite porn, but
you always see her face. She's.
It was the Cinemax porn.
Yeah, Cinemax
it's
porn. And
it's softcore.
she met me. Well, they invested in. I'm not
So
gonna
there's
get
no
into that. They invested
actual
in my company,
insertion, it's actually
and then
dry
she said, "Hey
humping
Jay,
on
you got a
film."
great voice. You got to go do commercials." And I said, "No, I could have made a career out of it." And then some other dude heard me, so I did 4 commercials.
You have a great voice when you're not burping into the microphone.
That's the.
Did you
the
hear
beer.
that was the beer.
But the funny thing
Cut
was,
with
I
the beer
heard myself on KLOS talking on a commercial, pitching my company and another company and da-da-da. And you know what? I should have gone down that route, but I didn't want to stand in front of a microphone for 4 hours. A guy told me to do it 20 times. You know what's great about this show? This is crazy talk. That means you can say whatever you want. You can drink. You can smoke. We got the greatest producer.
Yeah, not to mention, I mean, our producer, Lori Poloni.
And the greatest.
Is cute, cool, and she's kind of a badass for a chick. Like, honestly, like, she's a pretty badass.
Can I say she's kind of hot, too?
Well,
Is
it's
that
up
cool?
to you. She's like a little sister to me, and I do find her attractive, but not quite in that way.
Well, then.
But every one of my friends is trying to date my little sister, Lori. So, and it's cool because, you know what? She can fend for herself.
I like her
But
hair.
other than that, let's talk about this.
Okay, let's get back to let's get back to the martial
It's
arts.
crazy, motherfucker. It's crazy talk. So here, what I wanted to talk about was kids. Kids today. Kids today. Yo, Vato, we're still on the mics. Sit the fuck down. I put 2 shots of Jägermeister in you. And you're walking off flirting with the producer.
They call it
That's
letting
not
the tiger.
no.
Hey, I got a tiger tattoo. You know why?
Well, I
Because
don't.
you let the tiger out of the cage.
You let the tiger out of your zipper and we're in trouble. That's another story. So what I wanted to talk about today, right now, and I know a lot of my fans, friends, everybody, I know a lot of young people because I'm in a hip, cool industry. So I meet a lot of kids, but I'm going to talk about something. Kids today. If you played baseball and there was no score, football, soccer, whatever, there was no score until you were 10 or 12 or whatever. If you were standing in line for your participation trophy, you're a pussy. And that sucks. And the last thing I like to talk about is the pussification of America. But I consider myself and the Neanderthal sitting across from me, Jay New, I love you. Hey, what do you think about it? Entitled youth of today.
They all think they have entitlement. They all think that their parents owe them something. They all think that, like they don't have to do anything to succeed or survive, It's crazy.
It's nuts. We're like, I don't know if it's the Obama nation. I don't know what it is, but it's like we've been ushered into an era of socialism and everybody's great and everybody's fine and everybody should make the same amount of money no matter how hard you work, no matter what you do. It is fucking bullshit to me. And
I mean, I see 22-year-old kids living with their parents. I was kicked out of my house when I was 15 and a half.
Well, we all got booted.
I mean?
We all got booted from our homes for certain reasons, but you and I are a little more punk rock than the rest, Jay. Again, that's Oh, well, that's
rock.
a fantastic segue. Let's talk about it. Talk about your script,
Clash?
please.
Oh,
no,
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So no, we're OG punk rock.
Yeah.
On the way over here, we're listening to the Clash.
Yeah.
Anybody who knows me knows that like the Clash is my favorite band.
When I started training with
Black
Sean,
Flag,
when I started training with Sean, I was so lucky because it was a mishap. One of his friends happened to have to go on a vacation, and I used to look at Sean and I go, "Why doesn't Sean want to teach me? Do I suck?" And then one day,
no, but it got down to the real deal. I only take on certain people as private training as clients, and I've sent a lot of guys away who were fighters and other things that wanted to train with me because I knew for one reason or another we weren't going to jive, or I just didn't want to bestow upon you the gifts that I have.
what I love about Sean's teaching? It's so important when you got to connect and you got to socialize. You got to have some sort of you got to have fun. It's not, you got to have talk. You got to talk about your life and you got to get to know each other. The best coaches in the world have to know who you are.
Well,
right?
Everybody,
like who you are.
Everybody you train is different. Every fighter, every person
is different.
So you're gonna find their groove and find what motivates them, what makes them.
And Sean knew that I was super lazy, so he would make me run around Costa Mesa. And he goes, come on, Jay. And I go, I got a hurt knee.
I got a hurt knee. I got a hurt back. I got this. I got that. And I'm like, you're hungover, bro.
And then what was so funny-
bullshit somebody who doesn't drink every day too. You're hungover, bro.
And then I said, hey man, my elbow hurts. He goes, that's from resting on the bar, and I didn't realize that. And so that's when I started cutting back my drinking, because I realized my elbows were messed up because I was drinking on the bar.
The funny thing about Jay and I and being good friends is he talks to me in two ways. At one moment, he'll be telling me about how he went out and, partied and met this guy and, Axl Rose sucked his dick or fucking, he was partying with Def Leppard or whatever. That's right. I said Axl Rose.
I gave Phil
Axl gives a mean blowjob.
Hey, I'm going to say it, even though Phil didn't say it in his new book that came out, because Phil's not a name dropper, but
you are. So who's Phil, by the way?
Phil Collin from Def Leppard. I turned him on to martial arts 25 years ago. Ranked him. He earned his black belt. He was.
Phil's not a dick.
He's
though.
That's
actually,
Sean.
He's a rock star.
He's a rock star.
Rad,
and you know what?
The guy's a worker.
And he says,
rad.
"I'm a rock star."
Yeah,
that's what I love about him.
The cool thing.
But he's so humble.
The cool thing is,
and he's a great martial artist.
No, he's a solid martial artist. And
I'd say he's
a
probably the
musician.
rippingest guitar. I mean, that guy.
Anyway, we're dating ourselves, rocking the '80s band right now. Anyway, but they're making all that '80s shit is making a huge comeback in this generation. The millennials, you guys don't know what's good.
Hey, if you go to a Def Leppard concert, you get to see all the great bands because they all get to play with them. So you get to see Styx,
you remember
Kiss. What did we see?
Oh, dude, remember what happened? It was my birthday. It was
your birthday. I took you
took me for my birthday to go backstage to Def Leppard.
Awesome. Took pictures.
We met the band and hung out, and I got
a
picture of fucking with me and Joe Perry.
Hey,
and
Joe,
I literally geeked out on Joe Perry because he was a fan of.
Hey,
Def
Joe,
Leppard.
Phil, and Joe asked to take a picture with Sean. I was like, yeah, man,
that was rad. And it was super rad for me because when I was a little kid, listening to heavy metal music and having all the pictures from Cream magazine and AC/DC and Motley Crue and Def Leppard and even Metallica all up on my wall, I had a picture of Joe Perry on my wall. And he was one of he's one of my rock star deals, dude. So I don't geek out on celebrities. I don't geek out on Kevin Costner or any of York Wahlberg or any of the people I've met.
Me and Sean are not star fuckers. It's called star fucking. I've never been a star fucker.
But anyway, back to kids today.
Gen
the question.
Let's talk about Billy Idol. I mean,
no. We're talking about our generation, which is even cooler.
Yeah.
Than the previous generation and way cooler than this generation. You what do you call them? Millennial bastards playing video games and doing social media and everything else.
You
trip me out.
Social media.
You guys need to lift weights, watch some 80s movies, get motivated, go to the fucking gym. Stop being pussies, okay? If I could ask for one thing, and I'm probably going to close the show on this. If I could ask for one single thing from 2016, it would be, could everybody stop being such a fucking pussy? All right, anyway. Jay, you and me could do a dozen shows like this. So let me before we close this right now, and I'm going to close this because we're both half in the bag drunk.
That hit my heart.
I love you. I love you too. I love you. You're my brother.
But what he just said hit my heart. You know what he's saying is, if you hear somebody talking about walking in someplace and fucking somebody up with a gun, don't be a pussy. Fucking say something. You know?
Are you talking about
terrorism?
We're talking about our show.
That'll be our next show.
Let's save that for later. But seriously, these
stand
guys who
rights.
stand by and become victims, they're come on, nut up, guys. This is the United States of America. We are the baddest country ever to walk the planet. Everybody hates Americans for one reason.
Take the bullet for your friend.
We are the last superpower. We are America, ladies and gentlemen, and please take pride in the fact that you're American. We're the most powerful country in the world, and you millennials and you Democrats and liberal pussies are making us look like just that, pussies. You're not taking my Second Amendment away. You're not taking my guns away. You're not taking my right to shoot Mohammed in the face if he decides to bring his AK-47 to the mall and start shooting innocent Americans. My thing is, you could better, and I hope you do that when I'm president, because I'm going to blow your fucking brains out, and so will my buddy Jay. So the bottom line is, this is Crazy Talk, ladies and gentlemen, and you've just seen a preview of coming attractions. That's a preview of coming attractions of what Crazy Talk is.
Hey, should I smoke a Camel or a Marlboro?
You know me, I like Camels.
Okay.
Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, we're going to exit. I'd like to thank my producer, my director, Lori Poloni. I would like to give a special shout out to Carve International, Versatraction, and my boy Jay New, my brother, one of my best friends. Let me stay at his pad every time I'm back in SoCal. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in. This is the Crazy Hunter with Crazy Talk, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm signing off.
Crazy Talk with your host Sean McCully is a www.podcastdfw.com production. The opinions of the guests and the hosts of Crazy Talk do not reflect the opinions or ideas of the www.podcastdfw.com website or Lap Media LLC.